Josh through a warm-up that we think would be great pre-running. So we are going to focus a ton on hips, ankles, knees, and also a little bit of spine. So should be about 10 minutes. So this, then run. Okay, so he's going to start on his hands and knees. He's going to take 3 cat camels. We're going to start in spinal extension, and he's going to move from his tailbone to his head. So he's going to tuck tailbone under, round through low back, mid back, upper back, pressing shoulder blades away and relaxing. Holding in that cat stretch, a lot of ab work, releasing tail to head. 1 vertebra at a time. Nice. Not sinking into the shoulder blades, so he's still feeling some connection through the lats. Focus goes high. 2 more reps. Tailbone tucks underneath, pushes into low back, pushes into base of ribs, pushes in through the ribs, into the shoulder blades, head goes last. Really feeling as much ab work, so pulling up as much as you can. Release tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back, lats stay engaged, top of the head goes. Last rep here, tailbone tucks underneath. Push into low back, push in through mid back. So imagine that spine is like little spikes, and as you travel up, the spikes are pushing up toward the ceiling 1 at a time. And then reverse that as he releases, retract each spike 1 at a time. Great job not sinking into the shoulder blades, lifting, opening through that chest. Excellent. So we're going to move into the knees. So he's going to go ahead and spin around onto, I lied, we're going to go hips next. So 2 hip cars. So I'm going to give him that. And he's going to go tennis ball behind the leg, behind that kind of crease of the knee. And what we're looking for here is extra hamstring connection. So squeeze that tennis ball like crazy. He's going to pull his right knee into hip flexion. No change in low back. Carry that thigh side. And then he's going to go internal rotation. Both hip bones stay facing the ground. He's squeezing the ball like crazy. Hamstrings turned on, and the knee taps down. So my hand is not going to shift. He's kicking the heel straight back up to the ceiling. There was a cup of water here, wouldn't spill. He's going to carry the thigh side. Nice. Externally rotate, think knee toward elbow, lower down. He's still squeezing that ball like crazy. 1 more rep here, knee to chest. Carry side. Internal rotation, hips are still staying level, or think that same hip pointing to the floor and lower. Tailbone tucks forward as he squeezes heel up. He's got that ball like crazy, carry side. Turn out, nice, knee to toward that chest, and reset. And I'm just going to have him flip around so we can show you 2 reps on the other side. So again, we're going to grab onto that tennis ball. Going to maintain that torso square to the ground. He's going to squeeze that ball, pull knee toward chest. Just hip flexion, no change in the low back, carry thigh side. He's not shifting toward me at all as he wraps that heel up and around to the ceiling. Here's where we get a good amount of hamstring work, and then tap that knee down. Tailbone tucks forward a hair as he lifts the heel up to the ceiling. So we've got no change here, so good. Carry side. Externally rotate that femur, knee toward elbow. Ooh, I felt some adjustment happening here, and rest down. Knee pulls to chest, hip flexion. Thigh carries side, abduction. Internal rotation, his hip bone is staying pointing straight to the floor. He's doing a great job not cheating more range of motion or faking more range of motion. Squeeze, lift. He's got that ball like crazy, so hamstrings are working. Super important before you run. Carry side. External rotation, pull knee toward that elbow or armpit, and rest. Now we're going into the knee. So I'm going to have him spin around and go seated on his bottom. We're going to go extra rotation. So he's going to dig heel into the floor. So it's going to feel a little bit of hamstring by imagining the heels kind of dragging back, and we're just rotating through the shin. So he's going to go ahead and externally rotate. We will feel probably a lot of ankle, but we also want to feel all this stuff right here squeezing. So if you want to imagine, you could actually spiral your calf. And then he's going to go internal rotation. Yeah, he's getting all kind of cracks. So we're going to go 5 reps. External rotation 2, and he is bracing his quad, so his hip is not moving around. It is just the spiral of the shin. External rotation open 3, and internal rotation 3. 2 more. Turn out, and you can see right here on the outside of his leg, you see that muscle fire, and turn in. Last rep, turn out, and turn in. Now he's going to pick that leg up, and we're going to work ankle. Super fun. We're going to go 2 no toes, 2 with the toes. So I'm going to have him lift his shin up a little bit. Flex the feet. The toes are just kind of along for the ride. He's going to dive big toe in toward me. Toes long toward the floor. Reach out toward that pinky toe. Now the shin is not moving, and flex. 1 more this way. Big toe. floor, pinky toe, and lift. Now I'm gonna have him curl his toes down as much as he can. If you have a pen, you could hold a pen right underneath there, you get a little extra credit. Big toe dives in. Don't lose the curl of the toes down, getting a ton of work through the arch of the foot, also through the soleus and the Achilles, yeah. And he's probably cramping, he's just pretending he's not cramping. Toward the floor, out toward the pinky toe, lift. Go ahead, lengthen the toes, reverse. 2 away, pinky toe, floor, big toe, and lift. Pinky toe, floor, awesome. Big toe and lift. Now he's gonna curl those toes down. If you could hold something right underneath there, you're gonna try to keep it the whole time. Pinky toe, nice. Floor, keep that curl, 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 big toe, I know, and lift. So for me, when I do this, one more rep, Josh, I feel quite a bit of soleus, the muscle underneath the calf, and hella arch of the foot. Curl, 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 squeeze, squeeze, and then relax. Nice job. Other side. So he's gonna go 5 axis rotations with that knee, or that shin, and then 5 or 4 ankle cars in each direction. So ankle or heel rather is going to dig down. Imagine a little pull toward you so you get a little hamstring. External rotation. So again, sometimes I like to just grab onto my calf and feel it twist a little, and then internal rotation. So this bone right here is spiraling back and forth. External rotation. Maybe you feel a lot in the ankle. Also try to feel some stuff up here. 2 and out. 3 and in. 3. So shift your leg a little bit toward the camera, Josh. Yep, and now turn in. So we can see some work happening here. Out, yep. So you can kind of see that shift. So this muscle right here for him is working like crazy. It's great. 4 and in. 4. Probably don't have much internal rotation. That's okay. And out. 5 and in. 5. Here comes the ankle. He's going to pick that shin up. He's going diving in toward that big toe first. Toes just along for the ride. So when I'm doing my ankle cars too, I like to think about them in a couple of different ways. So maybe in one rep, I'm thinking of the long side, and I'm trying to make that long side even longer. Now he's gonna curl the toes. Now maybe I'm thinking of the short side. Can I squeeze here more? Can I squeeze here more? Can I squeeze here more? Can I squeeze here? Nice, one more, big toe, floor, pinky toe, and lift. Lengthen the toes, little relief, for other direction. Pinky toe, floor, big toe lift. So maybe thinking of all the long stuff. How long can I get this stuff? How long can I get that stuff? Flex. How long can I get that stuff? Now curl the toes. Last 2 reps. Pinky toe, floor. Dive into the big toe. Curl those toes like crazy. Pull up and in. Nice job. Pinky toe. Foot cramp sitting. Floor. Big toe, there you go, and pull in and up. Excellent. So now we're going to hamstring cramp sitting. You're going to come back to up to a half kneeling position. And he's going to use a dowel in each hand for support. If you've got like a coffee table in front of you or something that you can hang on that's stable in front of you, that works also, or even in front of a wall. So we're going to work front hip flexion first, and then back knee flexion. So what I'm going to have him do is sit his tailbone back a little, or feel like he's trying to drop a little bit more hip flexion in this front hip. So like if I was going to jam my hand in that crease of his hip, he's going to try to squeeze it. 3 reps, he's going to get his front foot to feel a little bit light on the floor. He's driving into the dowels like crazy, as you can see, and it's going to get lighter, lightest. He's going to hold there. He's lifting, maybe yours doesn't, and relax. We're looking for action right in the crease of his hip. Squeeze, brace, lift 2. Again, maybe it lifts, maybe not, and relax. Nice, 1 more rep. Brace here, foot gets light, lighter, lightest, lift, and relax. Nice job. Now we're going to transfer that work to the back side. So now he's going to tuck his tailbone underneath, as much length in the front of that hip as possible. Chest is going to try not to dive forward at all. He's going to tuck underneath, flex the foot, and he's going to lift. Maybe he's going to lift higher, highest, hold, and then lower down. So Josh has quite a bit of knee flexion, so I'm going to challenge him a little. He's going to squeeze, hamstring, lift, and now he's going to stay or just come back down to my hand and relax. You just rest into my hand. Yep. He's going to tuck the tailbone under, squeeze length in the front of that hip, and pull off my hand, squeeze hamstring like crazy, and set it down. Awesome. Just 3 reps, switch sides. Hip flexion, and then, oops, sorry. We're good. So right hip, yeah, that's all right. I'm like, wait a second, that's not like I just held. So when he sets up in that hip flexion, he's gonna shift his hips back a little, the opposite of what we do for knees. So he increases that fold. So if I pull my hips back a little, I get more fold there. He's gonna brace into the dowels like crazy, brace his abs like crazy, so I couldn't push him over if I tried. Front foot gets light, lighter, lightest squeeze, and relax, working that front hip. Brace like crazy, get light, lighter, lightest lift, and relax. Fold in the front of that hip, brace, work quad, work hip flexors, abs like crazy, and relax. Lift up right through that torso, squeeze, you know, tuck that tailbone underneath. Fire hamstring, pull up and lift that foot, heel toward the butt. We're trying to close this gap. Squeeze, if you get a hamstring cramp, extra credit, set it down. He's gonna brace, lengthen in the front of the hip. You should feel quite a good quad stretch here. Also pick that leg up, squeeze. I'm gonna hook my hand underneath here. Maybe you're propped up on yoga blocks or something, and then relax. Last rep, tuck underneath, squeeze glute, pull up off my hand, hold, 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 and then control, relax all the way back down. And there you have it, a pre-running warm-up. Nice job.